are born in any place in India. You come to Kansbahal and live a major part of your life in Kansbahal. You leave Kansbahal, but you cannot forget Kansbahal. And yes, Kansbahal Radio? Similar type of questions we ask every time to every Kansbalite. सब बोर हो गए भाई. I asked the same question to my co-admin Anupam Ganguly. He said, Baljit भाई, same dialogue अगर अमिताभ बच्चन या देव आनंद या आयुष्मान खुराना या फिर करीना कपूर बोलेंगे तो स्टाइल तो अलग अलग होगा ही ना. And this was evidently true in our recent New Year's greetings videos. So Kansbalite is different every time on Kansbahal Radio with own set of observations and seeing Kansbahal in a different way. So I, Baljit Singh, your host today, inviting today's guest with her own observations. Please greet Mrs. Akkamma Varughese. Welcome to Kansbahal Radio, Mrs. Akkamma Varughese.
Thank you, Baljit.
Okay, then to begin, from the very beginning, tell about your birthplace, your schooling, college, and your getting married to Varughese, sir.
Okay. My birthplace is Amravati in Maharashtra, and my father had a business over there, so we were all born and brought up in Amravati. I finished school and college there itself in Amravati, and then after getting married to, after my marriage to Mr. Varughese, I came to know about Utkal Machinery Limited in Kansbahal. Before this, I never even knew that there was a place called Kansbahal. But I knew about Rourkela Steel Plant, I knew, and even the place, because steel plants and all we had to study in our school and college career, so that I knew.
Yes,
Kansbahal was exactly a very new place to me, and I had not even heard about Utkal Machinery Limited. So when my husband told me about that factory, only I came to know about it. Okay.
Okay. So, what was the feeling like when you first came to Kansbahal, and subsequently, what was your experience about the Kansbahal township and the ambience there and all the facilities there? Yes, please.
Okay. When we came by train up to Rourkela, and from there, passenger train alone, we didn't know about it. So we got into a taxi and came to Kansbahal for the first time. And my husband had a quarter in LIC colony. So when I first saw the place, I was very happy. I saw neat rows of similar houses and all very well maintained, and each one had a small garden in front of it, and lots of trees along the lines, along the sides of the road. So I liked the place very much. Of course, it was much smaller than the town I had left, but still I thought this is a safe place to stay. And really, it is now also, I think it's a safe and secure place where children can grow up very nicely.
Okay.
That was my first impression of Kansbahal. And I remember mothers used to send out their children to play without any care. Like they never bothered whether the children are playing or fighting or whatever. In the evening, the children used to return home very safe and sound. So everybody was happy. And I remember 13th Street in LIC Colony was a place where they had the very broad road. And that was the only tarred road. So all the children used to gather there to play whatever they liked. So many parents also along that street used to stand near the gates and watch the children playing, because nice leisure time, no TV. So this is the time which they enjoyed very much.
And no traffic
so
also,
that was very nice. No traffic also. So very safe and sound place. And then so many people from different states of India were also staying there in our colony. So we could hear many different languages. But the common language is Hindi only, because we talk to each other in Hindi only. And I only remember the games the company used to conduct on Republic Day. The whole of Kansbahal used to gather at the stadium to watch all the games. In the morning there used to be the parade by schools in and around Kansbahal, and everything, and even one security group was also there for the march past, and that was really a sight for sore eyes. Then the movies in the open air theatre. That was something we all waited for. The whole
everybody
week.
enjoyed. Everybody enjoyed that. Yes.
Yes. Even in the rainy season, nobody will stay at home. All with umbrellas.
Yeah.
And when the rain used to fall, chata band karo, chata band karo. And stones and all people used to throw.
Yes.
That was one. Some people used to get up and go, but most of the people sat there till the end of the movie. Rain or no rain, they have to see the movie. So all this happened before the television came. So
Yes,
after television, we all started sitting in our houses only. But before that, it was real fun. Open air theatre means something to go to and to see and enjoy. That was a very nice days.
The most awaited event in weekly event in Kansbal was the movie.
South Colony Open Air Theatre. That was a very nice thing. I think even in North Colony Club, the place where the movies were shown was open only. Only chairs were put there and the screen was put up and the movie was shown on the screen on the wall.
Right.
That was also a nice thing. So till we shifted to North Colony, we used to enjoy those movies in the South Colony. And of course, after television came, people started watching television in the houses only. So that the open air theatre ka thoda sa wo chale gaya. The craze for that open air theatre. But our school functions, annual functions were held there only because the stage was very good.
Yes.
And we can put curtains and all, and chairs, benches are already there. So all school functions used to be held on that open air theatre only. Okay.
And you rightly said that when the television came, it almost killed the open air theatre subsequently because weekly movie used to come in this television also.
Yes, in television, many programs, movies and of course news and all that. So that craze for that open air theatre went away.
Yes,
but still, it was still there. People I remember children playing around the benches and all, climbing up here and there. Children, of course.
Okay, then you have spent quite a good time of your life in a teaching profession. I remember when I left Utpal English Primary School, you joined there and you were teaching for more than I think 15 years or so.
Yes, around 15-20 years I taught there.
Then what was your experience with the children you had? आपके हाथ से बहुत सारे बच्चे निकल के गए हैं okay. So tell us.
When I joined, some senior teachers like Mr. Mandal, Mrs. Fernandez, Mrs. Sandhu, all senior teachers were very experienced, and Mrs. Fernandez used to give a lot of advice. And very nice, helpful teachers, Mrs. Gupta, then Ganga Vishwanathan, Achama George. He also was a very nice. Whatever happened, we could talk to each other about the problems or the problems with children, dealing with children. So it was a nice atmosphere. Nirmala Swai also, with all her dances and the dramas in class, staff room also, she was quite helpful.
Very
helpful. And then there were the younger teachers also like Satpal, then Savitri, Swaminathan, Rita Das. Even Shravani Haldar taught there for 1 or 2 years when I was teaching. So I remember all these teachers very nicely, and we used to help each other with any problems that we had, all of us sharing things. And I found that we had a mixed group of children, like many were from first generation English medium students, and many were of course from homes where English was a familiar language. So we had to deal with each and every child individually, like some require more attention, some require less attention, and we had to correct their pronunciation because they're all coming from homes where regional languages are spoken. When they first start speaking English, lots of pronunciations are like it's all wrong. So when a child is small only we can correct them very quickly. So like that I took it in my hands to see that they pronounce English correctly, each and every word. So by the time a student left class 5, he should speak English nicely. That was my aim. And I think I succeeded because most of my ex-students have settled around the world holding down well-paid jobs. So I'm satisfied.
And any principal you remember in particular there?
Sister Elizabeth was the principal when I joined, headmistress. She was the headmistress and she was the one who interviewed me. After a few years she left, then Sister Celine came. Sister Celine was quite strict and she also maintained the school discipline very nicely. And parents also fondly remember because of her strictness and discipline. She said, as a principal, chahiye sab jagah. Even Montfort में भी sister feeling ही principal होना चाहिए.
Oh,
So that was what they used to say. But one way it was right also, because the children have to be disciplined, otherwise they won't succeed in life. That is what I thought. The children used to get angry, but still they realized afterwards that it was for their own good. Then came Sister Akkamma, then Sister Clementina finally when I left. Sister Clementina was the headmistress.
And any incident you remember with Sister Celine you'd like to narrate?
Sister Celine, she once we had this Bandh and all come, strikes and all. But these things never affected Kansbal because we were inside the colony and that also behind the company. So we always used to say we should get one holiday, tomorrow is a Bandh, and we said ऐसा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Even if an earthquake comes, one side of the school will fall down, the other side will go on functioning. So
Kansbal is that secure, you can say. Yes.
So nothing disturbs the curriculum of the school. No, every day is a working day only. So one day, some people came, said, school band karo. My sister had closed and locked the gate. She always locks the gate because we never know if a child runs out and all. We will never be knowing. So she went to the gate and asked, "Kya chahiye?" Then they said, "School band karna hai. Aaj to Bharat band hai." Then she said, "School band karenge. बट एक बात है, जो मंदिर डैम से और राजगंज से जो बच्चे आते हैं उनको घर पहुंचाना है इस टाइम. क्या आप लोग पहुंचाएंगे क्या? हाँ, आपको पहुंचाना है. She said that the bus will leave only at 3 o'clock from the school. The parents come to the North Colony gate only at 3 o'clock. They don't know that now the school is going to, will you reach the children home? Then they looked around and they said, नहीं, हम तो अभी पहुंचा नहीं सकते. Then she said, जाओ. One word, jao. But
oh yes.
They were mental because they knew the sister is not going to close the group, and that was correct also. No, how can we leave the children simply like that?
Small children.
No? Yeah, small children, and even class 5 means a small child only, and Mandire Dam is quite far. From there also we used to get students. So sister just said jao, and really they left and went. We said how sad.
She had a different personality. I mean, she was very good, I tell you. Rightly, even I admire her.
She is in Jharsuguda now. Sisters have one rest home or old age home, we can say also. They are taken care of very nicely over there.
I know.
She is there in Jharsuguda. So now she may remember all of us because for the Golden Jubilee she had come. She remembered most of our names and she was walking with that walker, with the help of a walker. So now I think she may not be bedridden, but she is difficult for her to walk around now.
So sad.
But that day she had come and she was very happy for the Golden Jubilee. After seeing the teachers after so many years, she was very happy about it. Okay,
then like this is with a very heavy heart I want to ask you. More so this is for the listeners. Now, your daughter Lisa, I remember she was a very pretty child actually. Okay. Then, sometime back I heard about her demise. So, just can you give us a brief idea only for the knowledge, for the benefit of our listeners, that what happened to Lisa?
Okay. Well, she was hale and hearty when she was in Upmal English Primary School and Montfort. And then for plus 2 she came to Kerala. After plus 2, after passing 12th she joined pharmacy, B Pharm. After college also means she used to take part in dances and run races, and nicely she used to walk and run and play and all. But we never know how this disease starts. 2 years after her marriage, she was married in 2002. Just 1 year she was okay. The next year she started becoming breathless. Her legs started swelling up, and when they took her for the checkup, they saw that her heart and lungs were affected by something. So in the final checkup, they came to know that the pulmonary artery was becoming thick. It had become thick, and the capillaries which go into the lungs also had become thick. So she couldn't breathe properly. And if oxygen does not go into the lungs, the blood will not be oxygenated. And so with less oxygen, the body cannot perform. That's why she was feeling very weak also. So in Nagpur, she was married to a man who was living in Nagpur. So after that, from Nagpur, they took her to a hospital. Then we brought her to Kansbal. There also the doctors finally we took her to Chennai also. There one heart cardiac specialization is there in one hospital. They said this disease is called PPH, primary pulmonary hypertension.
Oh my goodness.
So how the arteries have become so thick, they don't know. It's not because of food or anything. So this disease is such a thing that is very rare. Just like among 2 lakh people, only 1 or 2 people are affected.
Oh.
That much rare it is. And how it starts, nobody has found out. So they just give some medicine to make the body stronger, that's all. She was very weak. She couldn't walk properly. She used to hold the wall and walk. That much only. And food also, she couldn't take any food. She used to vomit very frequently. So that food also was not getting digested properly because the stomach was also weak. So like that way, finally we took her to Vellore, Christian Medical College.
Yes.
They said they are 100 years old. That at that time the hospital was around 100 years old.
Yes, I know.
They said this is only the second case, they said. First they had a nurse who had this PPH, and now this is only the second case. After so many years. So they said there's no treatment for her, only to relieve pain we can give painkillers, that's all. By that time her lungs, kidneys, thyroid gland and all, liver and all were affected. So just painkillers they could give, they said. And at the most 5 years more she can live, they said. And she will be bedridden only, so weak that she won't be able to walk. But she didn't live for 5 years. There she was for 10 days only. She had a cardiac arrest and that was the end of her. So we all really felt very sad because her parents, even her grandparents were alive at that time. So we all really felt very sad at such a young age. But what to do? God's will, that God has given us this much age, you will live up to this age. Each and everyone's time is limited by God. So I think her time was quite short on this earth.
I remember when she was a child, about 8 to 9 years only. I mean, she used to have that curly hair and all like that. Okay.
Yes, so curly, very curly. But she didn't like that hair. I remember that.
Yes.
She didn't like curly hair. She wanted straight hair. I said, you can straighten it afterwards. But she was still there with the curly hair only. She didn't straighten or anything. 2 years after her marriage, she died. So, for 2 years, 1 year she was okay. The second year she was sick like this for 1 year and then she died. Anyway, God's will, before God's will we can't do anything.
Nobody can do anything.
My son is alright. He's in Pune now working as a software engineer. So he's in Pune.
Leo. Leo Varughese. Yes.
Leo. That's his name.
Okay, then I'm really sorry I asked you this question. I should not have asked, but anyway.
No. Okay. It's around 16 years since she died, so we have our memories, but most often we think of the good times we had with her. That is better than thinking about the bad times. So it's okay. People ask sometimes, and I'm curious because they don't know what disease she had. So people are curious. That's not a bad point. They're just curious to know what was wrong with her. So I never take it personally. I just explain as much as I can. That is the thing.
Okay. Then I just somehow I run short of time. This is the last question you can ask me. Tell us about your life about Kansbal. Any lessons you would like to give to the children? You taught so many children there in Kansbal. Any advice you want to give to those children there? They must be listening you when this interview goes.
Many of them remember me. I want to tell them that if you don't succeed first, try again and succeed. So many of them first in the beginning, children find it difficult to learn in science or English and all. But as they grow older, they realize that they have to pass exams. So studying is the only answer to that. So I always tell the children, no matter if you get less marks, you study hard, and really many of them have studied very hard and succeeded in life. And many of them speak English very nicely. Because I was very strict about English. If they made a mistake, I used to correct. And if they come to complain to me in Hindi, mera pencil wo le gaya, mera book le liya. I said, if you speak in English, I'll tell you. I'll correct you. I'll see that you get back your pencil. But if you speak in Hindi, I'll not give you a pencil. So somehow they managed to make up sentences in English and speak. So that is how many of them learn to speak English. So now whenever after college and all, when they get a job and they see me, they really tell me, teacher, that day you taught me English, no, that's why I'm speaking so well and I got a job because of that. So that way, my advice to children is, even in hard times, don't think that you are a failure. Just think that you will succeed after some time and keep on trying till you succeed. That is my motto in life. And now also, we are retired, but still we are happy, and we think about our good times and speak to each other through the phone. And during this coronavirus, we can't even go anywhere, but still we are connected to each other through mobile phones.
Yes.
So all the Malayalis who have retired and come back to Kerala, we all speak to each other. Now for Christmas, many of us wished. Now for New Year again, we'll be wishing everybody. So like that it goes on.
You can wish to our listeners also.
Yes, everybody, Happy New Year to everybody. And enjoy, but take care also, be safe. Because a new variant of coronavirus, COVID-19 new variant has come out. So again, I think we'll have to wear our masks. We cannot keep it down now.
Okay. Then we were discussing about school. Just I remembered one incident. I'll just like to tell you. See, if I correctly remember the name, before you joined, there was one boy called Devadatta Das. Okay. Then Teacher Fernandez used to ask everybody to speak in English right from KG1. Then he came to Teacher Fernandez and teacher वो हमको मारता है ऐसे तुमको मारता है who told you? Then he's telling no that Sumesh was tolding. Okay. Tolding. So who told? Then he was Sumesh was tolding me. Anyway, these are the memories. We have good memories from the school. So we would like to just wind up here on behalf of Kansma Radio team and on my personal behalf. I sincerely thank you, Mrs. Akkamma Varughese, and I call you sometimes auntie also. I feel a pleasure to call you auntie. Okay. So thank you so much for being with us, sparing a valuable time to us.
I'm thanking you also, and Happy New Year to everybody, plus especially to you. Have a safe year.
Okay.
And thank you for the interview.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
After another memorable episode of Kansbal Radio, it's time to say that this episode was brought to you by the combined efforts of the Compare team, the technical team comprising Muhammad Ali, Mr. Vikas Sharma, Mr. Sanjay Raut, in coordination with the core admin team. Till we meet again, be healthy, goodbye, and stay tuned.